a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends and interact with their peers and whatnot.
Boom.
Boom.
All right, bro. So this is something I've been wanting to ask you for a while,
Let's
just
hear
because
it.
like I'm just so curious to see like your, I guess just how like you're operating, like what's
Just my
going
vibe,
on, what's
where
going
I'm
on, yeah,
going at.
like what's going on
Okay.
in the world of Hunter these days. So let me ask you something, because I
Okay.
feel like everybody out there has thought about this
Okay.
in one way or another, right? Deal breakers.
Ooh, that's a good one, bro.
Deal breakers.
Deal breakers. So what are my deal breakers?
What are your, and let's start off by saying the definition of a deal breaker.
Okay.
A definition to me of a deal breaker is something, the point of no return, the point where if you cross this line,
It's out. It's out.
out of here.
I have
we
one.
cannot. What is it?
Okay. The
Boom.
best way I'm going to describe this, this is going to confuse people. Carts topography.
What? Bro, what
so
are you talking
carts topography, I learned this in science when I was in a junior high. I never forgot it. It's sinkholes where you're walking and it's a small hole in the ground that leads into a massive gap, gets so big that it can collapse the entire ground. Like a big hole will just, like the road will just collapse.
about? Oh, were you talking about like the sinkholes in California?
The sinkholes, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
the road will disappear or
Just-
something. So I feel like girls sometimes, for me, have these little gaps when I'm talking to them, and it just collapses. And usually it's like they just don't have basic like facts or like ideas about something. For example, like they didn't know we went to Mars, or they
Wait, no. We didn't know we went to the moon. We went to the moon.
oh yeah, no, they thought
They-
we went
they
to Mars.
thought that we went to
That's
Mars.
right. That's what I'm. Yeah.
They thought we went to Mars.
They thought we went to Mars.
But we actually went to the moon.
We went to the moon, and that's like something that's a small little thing,
Yeah.
but it collapses. I mean, it's like so big to me.
What do you think about, like, okay, I get exactly what you're saying, right? So imagine the whole being a thought and the concrete just being like, what's going on in there? Like, what is the mechanism behind are you a bot? Like, am I in a simulation and you're some type
Exactly.
of shell that's like
That's
a
why I
NPC?
describe it like carts topography, because like you're walking on a road, and if you've ever seen a video, you're walking on a road, and all of a sudden, just one little hole is turned into a huge problem. So it looks like a pretty beautiful road. You look at this girl, you think she's a beautiful, smart young gal,
But then
then all of a sudden the whole thing collapses when she's like, yeah, but didn't we already go to Mars? And it's just like collapsed.
Yeah, is that moment of like, and then the screen turns black and white?
Yeah, and you're just like,
Okay, so what about that for you is just makes it, that's the point of no return? Is it because you want something of like, is it because it's an indicator of somebody's ignorance in a way? Because sometimes ignorance isn't somebody's fault, right?
It's not
like
someone's
sometimes,
fault.
like sometimes they're just not raised with an encyclopedia, right?
well, you don't need to have an encyclopedia. See, that's
Right.
what's so scary. Is it's
We're
like
in the age of information. You still don't know.
it's
that,
like, yeah, you still don't know. It's like, where is your mind? You know,
Okay.
it's almost like just a scary feeling.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden you think a road is sturdy,
Yeah.
and you think you can travel on
yeah.
it, but then it just collapses.
Yeah, for me, that one's not necessarily a deal breaker for me, but everybody's deal breaker is different. But I get what you're saying though.
Okay, so
because,
boom, what's your deal breaker?
okay, so boom. I'm gonna start off on a serious note. One of my deal breakers is she has to believe in God.
Okay.
She's got to believe in God. You know, I have my pitfalls, right? I'm human. But at the end of the day, I do have fundamentals. And I have to be with somebody who's a monotheist, who believes in one God. That's just part of my religious beliefs. And also as a person, like I get that there's good people on earth. I'm not negating that at all. But for me, there is such a wave of comfort when we have that commonality, because it's going to be awkward that God is such an important part of my life. And every time I bring that up, I know in your mind, I might as well believe in Santa Claus, because to you, and I respect your
Yeah, I
opinion.
can go anywhere. And I respect that a lot.
But I just don't like feeling like a loony in my own house.
Yeah.
Because that, you know, like you can't see God, but you also can't see microbes. So
Exactly.
And I guess another thing, to be honest, another deal breaker for me is ugly buttholes.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you kidding me?
No, I wish I was kidding. I asked myself this a long time.
So that's one that's gonna. Oh
that
my
is
gosh.
one that is it's unfortunate because everything is going so well.
That's a travesty, dude.
Everything is going so well, you know, been on so many dates, and I hate to sound so
And
vain.
then their
I hate to
butthole
sound
is
so
hideous.
vain, but you know what? I'm not the only one out there who has vain deal breakers.
Bro, that is
my one vain deal breaker is an ugly butthole. And hear me out. And please hear me out. A large majority of men and women, their favorite position in bed is arguably doggy style, right? Mm-hmm. For
Okay.
people who don't know, that's a man behind a woman. Mm-hmm. What is the number one thing you're seeing that entire time?
the butthole.
The butthole. And if it's ugly, could I really deal with looking at it
But then again,
for the rest of my life?
shouldn't the lights be kind of dim or off?
But you never know, bro. Maybe I need
So
some
you
before.
gotta like examine and like.
It's not necessarily that. I will only know until we get there, right? So, and I know that sounds so bad.
That is really bad, bro.
But if I'm being honest, right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna boom it.
That's the thing. I mean,
And
I guess that's the thing for some people.
I need a good looking butthole, because the reality is I'm gonna be looking at that potentially for the rest of my life, and it needs to look good.
What if she's the same way for you? Then you just wouldn't have a chance. Then I bet.
Yeah,
None of
dude,
us
because
would
I
have
have
a
it.
chance.
Yeah, but everybody's deal breaker is different. So if she was like I wanna butt play with you, and you need to have a smooth feminine butthole, I'd be like, well,
Would
I
you
guess
get waxed?
catch me later.
Would you ever get waxed for that?
Hell no, bro. Hell no. If I ever get waxed down there, it's gonna be for me. It's not gonna be because I want to appease you. You know what I mean? You're great. You're great. I love you and all. But like, I do things because first and foremost, I don't mind sacrificing, but I do things for me. Because in this life, you is all you got. Right?
Exactly.
So if you're gonna lose yourself if you're like, oh, this
Such a
person
good
likes
message.
this, you know, this person likes this. You don't even like that, right? So I don't mind compromises, but that's the whole part about deal breakers, right? You have to be honest with your deal breakers.
But it's got to be you. It's got to be.
You got to be honest.
So
because-
are you saying that it has to be a genuine thing with the butthole, or like, can she change? You know, does she have a chance?
That's a good point. Good point. Good point. Because we
you
have
give her a second
technology now.
chance? I
We
mean-
have technology now, right? So we have bleaching, right? We have waxing, of course, right? I guess my whole thing with ugly buttholes, it's the fundamentals of it, because there's other things to change it, right? And that's a discussion, right? That's
So you're gonna have to
discussion.
sit down and just be like, hey, listen, if we don't get this fixed, I'm sorry.
But also, it's vice versa. If there was something that she wanted me to change and I wasn't comfortable with, then you know. But that's the beauty of relationships. Like, you don't have to be there.
You don't have to be 100%
If somebody
on
doesn't
each
match
side.
your energy, if it's a deal breaker,
Other
guess
than-
what? There's other people.
Exactly.
Just
If
keep
she
it
does, if
moving.
she still thinks that we've already gone to Mars, then now I can find someone else who knows that we haven't gone. to
Go
Mars.
get you a girl that knows that we went to the moon.
Exactly.
That's the moral of the story.
Just find someone who knows what planets and moons we've been on.
And who has a good looking butthole.
Doing a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends and interact with their peers.